Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammed Saeed, who passed away after a prolonged illness at AIIMS, New Delhi, was laid to rest at his ancestral place in South Kashmir's Bijbehara town this evening. Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Dr. Jitendra Singh, former Chief Ministers Omar Abdullah and Ghulam Nabi Azad, senior political leaders across party lines and officers of the state government attended the last rites of the departed leader. Union Cabinet today passed a resolution expressing profound sorrow on the sad demise of Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. It said the nation had lost an eminent and distinguished leader, a true nationalist and a stalwart for Jammu and Kashmir. The Cabinet extended its heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. Condolences poured in on the demise of Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammed Saeed. The President, the Vice President and Prime Minister expressed condolence over his demise. PM Modi paid tribute to the departed leader at the Delhi airport. Prominent leaders visited AIIMS, where he was undergoing treatment. Prime Minister said his demise left a huge void in the nation and in Jammu and Kashmir. PDP President Mufti Mohammed Saeed is all set to become the first woman Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. She will succeed her father Mufti Mohammed Saeed, who passed away today in New Delhi. Party MLAs unanimously elected her as their leader. A party delegation met the governor at Raj Bhavan in Srinagar and handed over a letter in this regard. Earlier, BJP, which is the coalition partner in the state government, left it to the PDP to choose its nominee for the post of Chief Minister. India says it's not imposing any deadline on Pakistan to act against the perpetrators of the Pathankot terror attack, but expects prompt response as actionable intelligence has been provided to Pakistan on the incident. Zero tolerance towards terrorism reiterated by India. Responding to a media query in New Delhi, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Vikas Swarup said, "The ball is now in Pakistan's court and India is awaiting prompt and decisive action." Government today resumed its efforts to get the opposition on board to pass the important legislation pending in Parliament. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Venkaiah Naidu met Congress President Sonia Gandhi and former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh to seek their cooperation on the passage of the Goods and Services Tax Bill and the Real Estate Bill. Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today held pre-budget consultations with representatives of the information technology sector. Representatives from leading IT groups participated in the meeting. Finance Minister is meeting various stakeholders these days as part of pre-budget consultations to know the expectations of different sectors. Chief of the Navy Staff Admiral R.K. Dhawan today said that the Indian Navy will build all types of ships, including warships, indigenously in the future on the lines of the national objective of Make in India. Deported gangster Chota Rajan was today produced before the Special Makoka Court in Mumbai via video conference from Tihar Jail in connection with the journalist Jay Day's murder case of 2011. The next date for the case is 19th January, when charges will be framed against him. Nearly 12 years after it was set up to improve engagement with the Indian diaspora, government has decided to merge the Ministry of Overseas Indian Affairs with the External Affairs Ministry in sync with the broad principle of minimum government, maximum governance. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj said the proposal for the merger was cleared by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Senior IAS officer Amitabh Kant will be the CEO of National Institution for Transforming India, Niti Aayog. Kant, who is currently the Secretary, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, will take charge after his retirement at the end of next month. The World Bank has said that India will continue to be the bright spot of the global economy and is projected to grow at a robust 7.8% in fiscal 2016-17, more than a percentage point higher than China. Apex banking body projected robust 7.8% growth for the Indian economy in the current fiscal, more than a percentage point higher than that of China. In Libya, at least 50 people have been killed and dozens injured in a truck bomb attack on a military training center in a western town of the country. Witnesses said the truck crashed into the gate of the academy in the coastal city of Zliten. Emergency has been declared in 4 local hospitals following the attack, according to reports. The UN Security Council has warned that it will impose new sanctions against North Korea after it carried out a hydrogen bomb test, with the world body strongly condemning Pyongyang's action as a clear threat to international peace and security. UN Security Council held urgent consultations over North Korea's hydrogen bomb test. India's Apurvi Chandela shot her way to a second successive gold medal and emerged as the shooter of the tournament in the Swedish Cup Grand Prix in Sävsjö, Sweden. Chandela shot 208.9 in the final to clinch the top prize in the women's 10-meter tri-series event.